Hey, what's going on, guys? So, people have begun to notice that the Hawk Tuah girl has gone radio silent ever since she got exposed for that absolute disaster of a crypto scam. She basically launched what she called a meme coin, which it wasn't even really that. It was really just a complete scam. It was her launching her own cryptocurrency, and we still haven't figured out. Obviously, she definitely shares some blame, but we still haven't figured out completely if this is something that she herself orchestrated or if the guys behind the coin who actually was behind the development kind of tricked her a little bit, played her, not necessarily played her, but basically said, hey, we'll pay you this and then you do this. But then behind the scenes, they plan to rug it from the beginning. We still haven't completely figured that out. My guess is, although she deserves a lot of accountability for this and she's definitely at fault, my guess is, because obviously the girl's dumb as a bag of rocks. I say that every video, and I'm going to keep saying it. She's stupid. And she knows absolutely nothing about crypto, but she was enticed by the fact that they told her she would make 140K, 50K, whatever it was that CoffeeZilla revealed when her entertainment lawyer spoke to him. They came to her with this whole, hey, we're going to pay you this. You're going to take that, and then we're going to launch the coin. And again, she knows nothing about nothing except for how to spit on that thing. So she tried to scam her followers, and in the process of doing that, she herself, it appears, got scammed. It's a scammer getting scammed by better, more sophisticated scammers. It's crazy. But anyway, people are pointing out that she's been completely silent. Here's a tweet right here. This tweet says, Hawk Tuah girl still hasn't released a new podcast this week, and she usually does every Tuesday. I've been refreshing her channel nonstop for 24 hours because I always like to be the first one to like and comment. And if you go and you look at her YouTube channel, Talk Tuah with Haley Welch, which, again, I never knew that this was the case. I had no idea this girl was this famous. But apparently, according to the Spotify numbers, as well as I think Apple Music or whatever, but Spotify for sure, apparently this girl has she's top 10 in podcasts in the world. Like, there's Joe Rogan, there's this person, that person, whoever the top people are. And then there's her. She's really up there according to the numbers, which is insane. Who the heck is watching this girl? Who is her fan base? It's got to be young kids, right? It's got to be. Who in God's name will watch this? Everything she does is cringe. I don't know how people do it, but her content's not for me, so it is what it is. But anyway, you could clearly look at her YouTube channel for her podcast, and you can see that right on the dot every Tuesday, she normally does post. She literally posts one podcast episode per week. And the ironic part about her seemingly being essentially canceled because the public, a lot of people have essentially turned against her. People are very upset with her over that crypto scam. Her latest episode was how to avoid getting canceled. And it's just so funny because now she essentially is somewhat getting canceled here. I mean, she won't even post on her own YouTube channel. So you can see she's got that episode. She has the episode with Mark Cuban. She did an episode with Wiz Khalifa. She did an episode with Jake Paul. And this week, she normally would have uploaded a podcast episode, but she didn't do that because of all the backlash. But that's not the only thing that we are saying. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering, whatever happened to Haley Welch's Hawk Tuah coin, the one that rugged everybody? What happened to it? Well, it's still in circulation and you can still buy it, but it's down 87% in the last 7 days. And if you go to all time, since it first got listed, it is down 91%. So nothing special has happened with the coin. It just continues to go lower. You can see the chart right here. It just goes lower and lower and lower, and you're seeing more people selling it. And in terms of her Twitter, it's not just YouTube. I mean, seriously, this girl's gone completely radio silent on everything. You ever heard a peep out of her? There's no TMZ interviews. There's no podcast. She hasn't tweeted anything since December 4th. She hasn't said a word. She's completely afraid to say anything. She probably had her entertainment lawyer or some sort of law firm or PR firm or whatever tell her, hey, just be quiet for the next few weeks or her month, whatever. And once everybody forgets about it, then you could go ahead and start posting again. It really is the oldest trick in the book. You've seen so many influencers do these scummy scams, and then they try to evade accountability by just going radio silent for a while. You actually saw this with Logan Paul 2 years ago when CoffeeZilla first exposed him. First, he got really upset and tried to go after CoffeeZilla. Then after that, he apologized to CoffeeZilla, and then he went radio silent. after he went radio silent, his career kind of really took off, actually. He signed a huge deal with WWE. He eventually started Prime Energy Drink. He's doing Lunchly with Mr. Beast now. And then after the heat kind of died down a little bit, because obviously people care, but the story doesn't get the same amount of publicity as it once did when it was first happening. So once that happened, Logan Paul said, okay, now I'm going to sue you. And now Logan Paul's in the process of suing Coffeezilla. By the way, I need to check on that lawsuit because I'm pretty sure I'm the only channel that's been giving updates on the Logan Paul Coffeezilla lawsuit. So I'll be sure to check on that. But anyway, you also had the fact that the main guy behind it, his name is Doc Hollywood, the main guy who was speaking to Coffeezilla in that Twitter space when they went back and forth. He's gone radio silent too. Not just the Hawk Tuah girl, but everybody in her team, everybody affiliated with her, everybody affiliated with this scummy scam cryptocurrency she tried to do. They've all gone radio silent too. So according to this tweet right here, he says you cannot make this stuff up. Doc Hollywood, the dude who launched the Hawk Tuah token alongside Haley Welch and Over Here GG, has changed his Twitter name to not Doc Hollywood and deleted all of his tweets. Now, I actually did a little bit of fact checking. He did change his name to not Doc Hollywood, but he didn't delete his tweets. What he actually did was he made his account private. So basically, when you click on his profile, it says these tweets are protected. Only approved followers can see Doc Hollywood's post to request access, blah, blah, blah. So basically, he just made his Twitter private. You have that feature. You can make it private. And what happens is nobody can really engage with you unless they follow you and you accept the follow. So yeah, he basically limited the amount of people that can see what he does, stuff like that, probably because he's so tired of all the backlash and different things like that. And then in his bio, he said deleted X so people stop commenting death threats. I mean, hey man, that's the kind of backlash you get when you scam people. People are not on board with that. So that's pretty much what you could expect. But yeah, it's very interesting that these people have gone radio silent. You know what I'd be very interested in seeing? I'd be very interested in seeing if she's going to actually get sued. I suspect she probably will. And I think that's also probably the other reason why she's gone radio silent. She probably has some sort of legal representation. And her lawyer told her, look, we're like 90% sure that you're going to get sued for this. So the best thing that you could do is just shut up. Don't say a word. Don't say anything about this because you're probably going to be in litigation for a while. And it's actually really unfortunate for her that she chose to be this stupid and be a complete scum and grifter and try to scam her followers because the girl just got famous like recently. Like she just started making some money and now you're going to have to spend a pretty large chunk of that money if you end up getting sued because lawyers and litigation is not cheap. It is a very grueling and expensive process. And when you look back on it, it's like, wow, you did all of this for $150,000. You didn't even make millions like these other guys. These guys behind you, probably the Doc Hollywood guy, they made way more money than that. They just found a sucker like you who was dumb enough to accept that little money. And they're like, hey, we'll just pay you this little money and we'll make the real money because we're just going to rug your fans and pump and dump and sell the token on them. And that's essentially exactly what happened here. So crazy situation, but I did want to go ahead and give an update on the Hawk Tuah girl. She's been completely radio silent, trying to avoid accountability, but here on this channel, we don't allow that. We hold people accountable and, you know, they think they could get away, but I'll make a video on it. I know I don't have the biggest reach in the world, but hey, I'm definitely going to do the best I can and make videos about it and try to hold these people accountable. Hopefully she gets sued. That would be good. It's a good lesson for her. Don't scam your audience. These are the consequences. And hopefully, even more so, there's some sort of charges because seriously, this stuff really does need to stop. So anyway, that's today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments as always, and I'll see you guys in the next one.